Welcome back, Royally Quacked fans, to Royally Quacked. We want to start off this episode talking about the fires in Southern California. We want to wish all the firemen and all the first responders safety. Can you pray for them, fans? I've been praying for them. There's a lot of people that have lost their homes. It is one of the most devastating sets of fires in my whole lifetime, and I've lived a long time. So we want you all to, if you can, reach out, help out any way possible to help the people and the fire victims, people who've lost their homes, even some people who've lost their loved ones, and some firefighters who've probably their families lost them too during this fire. I don't know, have all the numbers. But we need to reach out and show community and love and support for these people because it is terrible.
Very terrible.
So, we're not going to be bemoaning throughout the whole podcast because part of way people can deal with stuff like this is to have something to take them away from all the pain and the suffering that's going on. Smoke and water. Somehow Los Angeles doesn't have enough pressured water to be able to help fight these fires. So I don't know how that happened, but like I said, our prayers and our support need to go out to the city of Los Angeles and, all around the county of Los Angeles. And I know there's probably smaller fires everywhere else. This is a terrible season typically in Southern California, but in my recollection, this is one of the worst ones ever. So, but we're going to move on to our podcast and try to take you away from pain and suffering. So hopefully we're able to do that because we do appreciate and love you guys. And that is one of the reasons we're doing this podcast, is to help entertain you. And I know I can speak for myself. I love doing it. So now I guess we're going to go on to Duck News, huh, Cody?
Well, real quick, I know they're not a sponsor or anything, but I do love this brand, Violent Gentlemen. I know a lot of people know their clothing brand. You see them all over, I think in almost every hockey arena. They do shirts and apparel and stuff for every team. They are doing a fundraiser where all the proceeds go to the first responders for this fire. So go check out Violent Gentlemen. It's, I believe was it right? I had it right here. Violent Gentleman, Linktree. Let's see, sorry. Yeah, they have the fire bear and all the and everything. So they got a shirt, 2 shirts, and a sweater, a hoodie, and a hat. All the proceeds either all the proceeds or profits will go to help the first responders.
Yeah, I can't speak for the Ducks, but the Kings on their website have a place where you can help out the fire victims.
I think the Ducks have something about it too.
I'm assuming they do. I
Yeah.
know the Kings do because I've been on the Kings website. I haven't gone to the Ducks website for that, but anything you guys can do to help support the first responders and all the poor people who've lost their homes, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, on to Ducks news. All right. Well, congratulations to now the father of 2 kids. I know I'm going to say that a little bit later, but Troy Terry was the second star of the week for the week of December 30th through January 5th. He had 4 goals and 2 assists for 6 points in 4 games. I could tell we have missed him since he's been out of the lineup, but he's been out of the lineup for at least a good reason.
Yeah.
So, congrats to the Terry family on having their second son. I'll just dive right into that one. I'll skip ahead a little bit. Troy and his wife Danny welcomed their second son Theo into the world on Tuesday. Troy is still in Orange County to provide extra care for the baby. Danny and Theo are doing well, so congratulations to Troy, Terry, Danny, and the rest of the Terry family on the second son.
Perfect. Congratulations, guys.
So there's some positive news right there.
There we go.
Here's some more. John Gibson, with the win over Tampa Bay last week, got his 200th career win.
Awesome.
The second Duck goalie to get 200 wins. You want to know who's the first?
J.S. Shiger.
J.S. Shiger, getting jiggy with it.
Get jiggy with it.
Yeah. He's still my favorite Ducks goalie of all time. I think you guys already know that from when we did our all-time Ducks versus Kings.
He won him a cup.
Yep, and he also he took him to 2 cups.
Yeah, but he won them the cup.
Yeah, but he carried them on their back for that first cup run. That was all jiggy.
He did a pretty good job on the second one too.
Yeah. And especially for him to have like the issues, not bad issues, or issues with his son being born and everything like that, and then to come back and go straight into Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, that's something. So, next bit of news. And I know I talked about this last week, so we can just rewind and erase what I said about Vetrano being on the trade market, because he is no longer on the trade market. Because Frankie the Tank Vetrano signed a 3-year extension worth $18 million, but the deal is a very different deal. The deal carries on an AAV of $4.75 million.
5.7.
Oh, yeah, 5.7 million AAV. But wait, Cody, that math isn't mathing, is it? No, it's not. So what Vetrano did is the 3 years he's going to technically make $3 million a year on it, and the rest of the $9 million he's going to make $900K for 10 years starting in the year of 2035. And I'm going to just tell you this, guys, now that $900K for the 10 years, that does not go on the salary cap. So that's the reason why you see the 4.75 or 5.7. I know. That's not once or twice.
Are you dyslexic today?
Yes. Time to go to the eye doctor, isn't it? That's why you see. So that's why you see the 4.57 million instead of the 6 million or 3 million, is because that's what he would. Let's just say I'm not a tax or a lawyer expert to really know this stuff. I'm just telling you what it says out here. But his plan is to live outside of California and its tax system. That's why he's doing the deferred payments at that point in his retirement. So the Ducks benefit from the deferred payments having a lower cap hit while they're going to be, starting to turn into a hopeful playoff contender within these next 3 years. So Frankie V gets a, and I know he's at least like, this is telling me something that someone wants to stay in Anaheim. Oh, sorry, a little burp. It was like players want to stay in Anaheim, so that's good news. Like, and he's already said like he's like, I don't want to be traded. I want to stay here. So, I'm glad that like that's out there. Like, oh, like Anaheim's a good place to go to. So hopefully that will help us get someone Rantanen. Anyways,
Rantanen, you're on a new kick. All right. Cody's out on a limb, guys.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't fall this time.
Me going out on a limb hasn't really worked very well for predictions, have they?
Not so far.
Yeah.
Except for Washington.
Oh, yeah. That one is like the only good one. All right. Next bit of news. The NHL comes out with their quarter-century team for the Ducks. So what they did is they have a team. The NHL came out with a team from 2000 till 2025. And on the first team, let's just say I got my own first team and second team. First team, right wing, Teemu Solani.
Is
On the other
there a
wing,
doubt about that
yeah.
one?
On the other wing, Corey Perry. And on center, Getzloff. Like El Capitan, Ryan Getzloff. And then the first pair, Scott Niedermeyer and then Cam Fowler. I think that's where you have the issue. I don't think he's a first team Duck, but I think it's because his longevity with the team. And then, of course, the number one goalie, J.S. Shiger. I mean, that's a no-brainer in my opinion. And then the second team, you have Paul Correa, Bobby Ryan, and Jakob Silverberg. And then the second pair of defensemen, you got Francois Beauchemin and Chris Pronger. And then for goalie, John Gibson. I'd only make one big switch is Pronger and Fowler.
Fowler, yeah, there you go. I agree with that totally.
So that's who made the quarter century team that the NHL came out with.
I haven't even looked at the Kings quarter.
I have it for you. I'll say it for you when you guys get there. All right. Next bit of news: the Ducks have recalled Sam Colangelo from the goals. He's already played in, I want to say, 2 games already. He scored a nice goal, which I'll talk about that later. And then also with Sam Colangelo, he made the AHL All-Star team. So congratulations, Sam Colangelo. And then last bit of Ducks news. Per Elliot Friedman on the 32 Thoughts podcast, he, in quote, "I've been wrong before and I will be wrong again, but I think this is the year that John Gibson goes to another team." And he's saying, Carolina's always been like a big, player in that. And then also he says Philadelphia and I think it was Philly and Edmonton, I believe, was the other two. So, but that's the last bit of Ducks news.
Okay.
And I'll when you get to the end of yours, I'll tell you the Kings quarter century team.
Appreciate that, Cody.
Yep.
So, not a whole lot of Kings news, but I do want to talk about the World Juniors. Okay. The Hammer, Slukinski, returns to Western Michigan with a well-earned gold medal after appearing in 2 of USA's games, including the quarterfinal elimination game, and going 2-0-0 in the tournament. He stopped 42 of 45 shots faced against Latvia and Switzerland to earn himself a tournament-high 933 save percentage and a 1.50 goals against average. His 2 victories helped propel USA to an impressive 6-0-1 record across the tournament. Not to be outdone, Jakub Dvorak heads back to the Ontario Reign with a bronze medal, having played a crucial role on the blue line for Czechia. Often paired against the top lines of their opponents, the Kings' second-round draft pick from 2023 logged an average of 17 minutes, 15 seconds time on ice, netted 1 goal, and was a +4 across 7 games. Now let's talk about in that same week, the third star of the NHL was Darcy Kemper, who went 2-0-0 with a goals against average of a half a goal a game.
Wow.
And a 985 save percentage and one shutout. He stopped 66 of 67 shots he faced to help the Kings, who at this time were 23-10-5 with 51 points, extend their winning streak to 4 games dating to December 28th. He made 33 saves for his 33rd career shutout in a 3-0 triumph over the New Jersey Devils on New Year's Day. Kemper then made another 33 saves, denying every shot he saw after allowing a goal at 109 after the opening faceoff. So very quickly he gave up a goal, and then 58 minutes and 51 seconds and threw another shutout after in a 2-1 victory against the Tampa Bay Lightning on January 4th. The 34-year-old Kemper, who has points in 9 straight appearances, which I think that's grown since this has happened, because he's won a couple more games. And that's dating back to December 7th. So he was 7-0-2 with a 1.76 goals against average and a 930 save percentage and a shutout, and owns an 11-2-5 record through 19 total outings this season. He ranks 4th in the league with a 920 save percentage.
Wow.
Sorry, I can't get my notes to move now. Gotta go back to them. There we go. Why does it stop? There we go. Come on, keep going.
It's all right. We're only live on this.
Yes, I know. Sorry, guys. I'm too fast. The last bit of news is, and I'm sure everybody's heard about it, the Kings put Arthur Kaliev on waivers, and he was claimed by the New York Rangers. And I know he played Thursday night. Only played like 7 minutes, didn't do much of anything. So, and people might be asking why. You know, he was a promising second-round pick with a deadly accurate shot.
Something the Ducks can use right now.
Yeah, well, the problem is he doesn't back check. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't do anything else. And
at this point, we need.
I'm not talking about you.
I know.
I'm not talking about
you.
you.
We need a Kaliev.
Well, the Rangers had higher,
a lower points percentage because it was because I looked it up because I was hoping the Ducks
they
would
were
claim
higher
him.
in the waiver wire.
Yeah,
they picked before the Ducks could get to him.
So the Ducks.
Not saying the Ducks would have taken him though.
I'm just saying if the Ducks did put a claim, the Rangers had a lower points percentage because that's how they go off for the waiver wire. So that's and technically the Rangers were right before so if the Rangers didn't get Kaliev, if the Ducks did put a claim for him, the Ducks were the next in line to get him. So, all right, and then so now I'll do your quarter century team. The forwards, you got Dustin Brown, Anze Kopitar, Adrian Kempe. I don't know this guy's first name. Nordstrom?
Matthias Nordstrom.
Yeah, there you go. And then some guy named Drew Doughty. I don't know. And then Jonathan Quick. You know, a couple nobodies. And then I may butcher one of these guys' name. Clifford is this is the second team. Was it Kyle Clifford?
Kyle Clifford.
Yeah. Belanger?
Bellinger.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's spelled differently. It doesn't spell like exactly like Cody Bellinger. So that's why I was like, I'm just sounding it out. And then LaPerriere.
Of the quarter century. Okay, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah. And then Alec Martinez, and then was it Matt Green? Right? Matt Green. And then I know the goalie. I just don't remember his first name. Potvin.
Felix Potvin.
Yep. So that was your quarter century team.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks, Cody.
No problem.
On to league news.
Yep. I'll start. No,
I want to start.
Okay.
Quack.
I'm gonna mute you and I'll just do this myself.
I don't know. We need to laugh. Laughing is healthy, people.
Yeah. So a new supervisor's chair at the Maricopa County Board has formed an advisory committee of political and business leaders to focus on bringing a Coyotes NHL team back to Arizona, per Craig Morgan.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, I think that's been on the NHL's list.
Yeah.
Okay, so Senators goalie Linus Olmark, week to week with an upper body injury. And I just saw, when we put this in a few days ago, I just saw that I think he's on his way back.
That's good because he's
I'm
been
not sure he's
on a
going to
tear.
play today, but he's close to coming back.
He was playing really well as of late.
Yes.
Before that injury. Hurricanes place Shane Gostisbehere on for an upper body on IR.
Okay, sorry.
Want me to go, or are you good?
No, I'll get it here.
All right, I'll just go so there's no dead time. The National Hockey League is set to discuss the possibility of removing the deferred salary provision in the upcoming collective bargaining agreement. So, like, kind of like they don't want to do like what Frank Petrano just did for the Ducks, or like pretty much like what's going on with the show, pretty much the Shohei Ohtani contracts. Because then I mean it's like hey, Rantanen, we'll pay you $20 million a year, but you're only going to get $2 million on the per year, and then the $18 million you're going to get 10 years later for 10 years.
Yeah, I can see that where eventually, if you do that too many times, you're going to bust yourself owing so much money.
Like the Dodgers are doing right now.
Well, they're getting away with it.
Yep. Good?
Getting there. It keeps bouncing around on me. Okay, there's that. The Florida Panthers will be hosting the New York Rangers in the 2026 Winter Classic at Lone Depot Park, home of the Miami Marlins, per Andy Slater of Fox Sports 640. The game is expected to be held on January 2nd, 2026, once again, breaking the New Year tradition for past events.
That's because it was always held on New Year's Day, but with the college football playoffs, like having like 4 games that day, it's hard to kind of compete with college football like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Panthers are getting in. If you guys are on YouTube, you're gonna see this in air quotes, outdoor game, because the Miami Marlins stadium I believe has a retractable roof too. So they have an outdoor game, and then let's see, and the next bit is an actual outdoor game. The Tampa Bay Lightning will host the 2026 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series game. Gotta try saying that 10 times fast. Which will be held at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They will be playing the Boston Bruins. This will be the Bruins' 6th NHL regular season outdoor game and their first appearance in the Stadium Series, because they're usually in the Winter Classics.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering, because I think we already announced that like the Panthers are supposed to be getting an outdoor game, but this is just a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think originally what the NHL wanted is they wanted Florida versus Tampa Bay for that outdoor game. But I guess the Lightning said, no, we want our own outdoor game. Like we want to be the host of the outdoor game. So that's why that we get 2 in Florida next year. And I believe that one will be held in February or early February.
No, that's cool.
Yep.
I like the outdoor games. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, they're just more for the people there than on TV. But I love the way that how they do the concept and everything.
Yeah. Okay, Connor Hellebuck made 26 saves to lead his Winnipeg Jets to a 5-2 win over the Nashville Predators on home ice. The win was also his 300th NHL win. He now becomes the fastest U.S.-born goaltender to reach the milestone in 538 games. Look out, Jonathan. He's coming for your record.
Quick.
And then not to mention that he's probably the favorite for the Vezina as it stands right now.
Oh, sorry. I just made myself laugh.
Well,
because you said you better watch out. He's coming for you. I'm like, yeah, quick.
I heard you.
Oh, I'm so funny.
Yes,
All
I
right.
know.
Anyway,
You're a real comedian.
I thought you were gonna say what you normally say.
I'm not going to say that.
You're a real comedian.
Thank you for sharing my.
Yeah. You're a thousandth joke I've heard.
Yeah, but you know how many people get it? It
This
goes right over there. They think you say comedian. Yeah, most
Yeah.
people don't get it. So
All right.
so
Next
they
bit.
get dissed and they don't even know it.
Yeah. Sidney Crosby is making another remarkable move up the all-time scoring list with his 1,642nd career point, which I'm pretty sure he has more now by the time we've said this or we're saying this. He is now secured the 9th position, so he's now 9th all-time in scoring.
Yeah, Hall of Fame is just
If he's not a first ballot, then
there's something wrong with the voting. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ottawa Senators have signed forward Ridley Greg to a 4-year extension worth $3.25 million AAV and a total of $13 million.
Yep. And then I know I'm going to talk about this later, but good news as Flames forward Connor Zary will not require surgery after injuring his knee against the Ducks. He will remain out of the lineup for the period. Indefinite, sorry.
Yeah.
Infinite.
Okay, and the last bit of league news is the NHL salary cap is expected to jump up to $97 million next season. The $9 million increase is the largest increase ever, per Alan Walsh.
And you give me crap.
An NHL agent on the Steve Dangle podcast.
Sorry, he said that on the Steve Dangle podcast. Steve Dingle podcast. Wow, we really can't talk this podcast, can we? Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right.
So, on to games?
Yeah, I'm excited about if it does go to 97 million, that's gonna be great.
Yeah. So really, before we go to games, what do you what would be the number one thing you think your Ducks should do with some of that $9 million?
Get people that actually put the puck in the net.
Okay. Well, I should.
And yeah, and like we need like someone like not like a superstar, but like someone that has like star quality to them.
Like a Chris Kreider. Like
Kreider would help, but I would say he's more on the goal scoring.
Yeah, but that's what you want is more goals.
Yeah, no, but more goals, but also like not another defenseman, because we all know we have enough defensemen, but we also we just need more like another star forward to help us like drive offense. You know, because I feel like we have like really two people, maybe two and a half, or three. I would say 3 out of the 12 players are really just are the only ones really driving any offense. And and one of them's hurt, and the other one hasn't played in the last 2 or 3 games. So,
okay,
and one of them is still really young.
Okay.
What about all right? And for you, what would you say for that?
Well,
your question?
it would be this is going to totally go against something I said earlier in the season. We need to sign Gavrikov. He has been outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about people, if you don't know, the Kings are the number 1 defensive team in hockey. Number 1, without Drew Doughty. There's a question. What's going to happen when Drew comes back? I mean, because the defense is playing incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, another bit of Kings news. I don't know if anybody saw I don't think it was done on purpose against Tampa Bay, but a guy backed in as Edmondson was going to jump up and knocked the puck down because it was up high and went right underneath him, and he fell back and hit his neck and his head.
Ooh.
And he has not played since. I mean, he was at practice with a non-contact, I think on Tuesday. I know he obviously you're going to know the game on Wednesday was postponed.
Yeah.
And that was the game I'll talk about. It'll be the first game I talk about. That's the game he got injured, and he did not play Friday at Winnipeg. So hopefully he'll be back soon. So I just wanted to bring that up. You could be praying for him. He's done out. The picks that Rob Blake got picked on, include by me and others. They've all pretty much are glue for this team. Edmondson, Jeannot, and Fogle have all been big contributors to why we're like fourth or fifth best point percentage team in hockey. Who'd have thought that? So, well, let's go on to games, Cody.
All right. Well, since I got 3 games to talk about and you got 2, so I'll start and then you go, and then
okay.
That way that we're not all talking so much.
So you're gonna do a game. I'm gonna do a game.
Yeah.
And we'll go back and forth. You'll have the start and the finish.
Yep.
And I'll be the cream filling and the Oreo cookie.
Sure. Okay.
Well, you're the Oreo cookie part.
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right. So I believe last Sunday, the Ducks hosted the Tampa Bay Lightning at home in Anaheim. And I believe I predicted the Ducks to lose this game because, Lightning, a playoff contender. If they make the playoffs, they usually make a splash. And then the Ducks, who have been, bottom feeders the last 7 years now, 6 years. Well, the scoring got started pretty quickly with Troy Terry scoring his 14th goal of the year, assist from Stromer and Vetrano. So the Ducks lead 1-0. And then Frankie V scores his 10th of the season with assists from Trouba and Troy Terry. So it's 2-0 Anaheim after 1. The first period was a great period for the Ducks. They looked dominant in that game. And after that, honestly, the Ducks they goalied Tampa. But in the second period, Jake Gensel scores his 21st on the power play in the second period. So now it's 2-1 Anaheim. And now we go to the third. And I can tell you this, Tampa Bay was just dominating this game. They outshot the Ducks 14-6 in the third period. And in the second period, it was 18-8. Yeah. So Jackson Lacombe scored with around the 16.5-minute mark to get his 8th of the season to make it 3-1. Assist from Alex Killorn and Leo Carlson. You could put that away. I'm talking here.
I'm showing the people on YouTube the nice mug your mom got me, and it's got the Kings on there. It's got the Angels. It's got Royally Quacked on there.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
I'm in the middle of talking here.
Sorry.
Sir. Jeez.
It's my job.
I was on a roll. You threw off my groove.
Well, you do like rolls.
I do love rolls. But to finish the scoring, Frankie V gets his 11th of the year on an empty netter. And this is how you know Stromer and Vetrano have such a good friendship. Stromer could have easily scored. Actually, Frankie V could have scored when he first got the puck. He gave it to Strome to shoot, and Strome just gave it right back to Frankie, and Frankie put it in. So it was 4-1 Anaheim. But I can tell you this, the score does not match on how this game was played. I believe it was John Gibson, I believe, that started this game. Yeah, John Gibson he goalied Tampa. Shots on goal was 37-26. So, yeah, like I said, John Gibson just goalied them. We did win the faceoff percentage, 51-49. Power play, we were 0 for 1. Tampa was 1 for 2. We had 31 hits, 24 block shots, 16 giveaways, and 10 takeaways. The 3 stars of the game was Troy Terry with 1 goal and 1 assist for 2 points, and fresh off of his extension, because I believe they just announced that extension that day too. Frankie V got 3 points with 2 goals and 1 assist as the second star. And I mean, he should be the number 1 star. John Gibson as the number 1 star with giving up only 1 goal on 37 shots. So he hit 36 saves. So we started the week very ugly strong, if that makes sense. Good to get a win against a good team like that, but you got to play better on that. So that was the first game of the week for the Ducks.
Okay, on to the first game for the Kings, and that was against Tampa Bay. Let's go to the scoring. We'll start off with the scoring, then I'll go to everything else. The scoring started off with Victor Hedman getting his 5th from Braden Point and Gensel. Points was his 21st assist. Gensel's his 18th on a snapshot at the 109 mark, right to start the game. I think that was part of the thing with Kemper. Not to be outdone, Mikey Anderson got his 5th. I mean, who'd have thought that Mikey Anderson would have the same amount of goals as Victor Hedman? I mean, he's picked up his game. That was Mikey's 5th goal from Philip Deneau, his 18th assist on a wrist shot at the 7:58 mark. And that was the end of the scoring in the first period with the game tied 1-1. The second period, back and forth, but no goals scored. Then in the third period, who else but Adrian Kempe scored his 19th from Alex Turcotte, his 11th assist at the 14:12 mark on a snapshot. And that it was a 2-1 victory for the Kings. Now, when we go to the stats, it doesn't sound like a 2-1 victory for the Kings. Okay. This is how well their team defense plays. Tampa Bay, 34 shots, Kings 21. Now, this is probably one of the closest face-off games I've seen. Kings were at 51, and the Tampa Bay was 49%. There was no power play goals. The Kings don't get many for some reason. They won maybe 2 a game, and that's it. They were 0 for 1, the Kings, and the Tampa Bay was 0 for 2. Hits, that's where the Kings, I think this is maybe where they won the game. 36 hits to 25 to Tampa Bay. Block shots was 17-16 in favor of the Kings. Giveaways were even at 8, and the takeaways 4 for Tampa Bay and 1 for the Kings. So if you watch the game, Tampa had control of the puck way more than the Kings did. But the Kings defense just didn't let them get through. So, possession, I mean, Cody will remember when I coached him at soccer. I go,
geez.
50, the more possession you have, the more chance you have to win. We had to win the 50-50 balls.
Yep.
If we won the 50-50 balls, typically we'd win the game. So, and so I truly believe that. And this is no different in most games. If you have control, most of the time you will win. But there are some times it just doesn't turn out that way. I mean, it happens in football too, or, the one team has the ball very little but efficient with it, and they win against a team who has more possession than they do. Well, let's go to the 3 stars of the game. And these are the 3 stars that the media picked. Obviously, this is a home game for the Kings. So Alex Turcotte was the 3rd star with an assist. and it was Trevor Lewis's 1,000th game. It's another thing I forgot to mention in league news. His
Wow.
1,000th game, and Trevor's was a key member of our Stanley Cup teams. He was one of the guys that, his stats didn't always look great, but he contributed. So they had him second star. And Darcy Kemper was the first star. He only gave up one goal, so obviously goals against average of 1, but his save percentage was .971. I would have had Alex Turcotte the third star, Adrian Kempe the second star, and still Darcy Kemper the third star. And that was the first game of the week for the Kings. Okay,
Yep.
Cody?
All right. Second game of the week. The Ducks host the Calgary Flames. Mackenzie Weegar got the scoring started in this game. He got a deflection goal. To be honest, it was just one of those not awkward, like lucky bounces that go the other team's way. So Mackenzie Weegar gets the scoring started, and it's 1-0 Flames after 1. Then Alex Killorn scores on a nice wrist shot to tie the game up 1-1 halfway through the second period. That was his 8th of the year. Lundestrom and Lacombe get the assist on that. And then Nazem Kadri comes back 4 minutes later, gets his 15th of the year to make it 2-1 Calgary. Then we go into the third period, where the Flames are still leading 2-1. But sure enough, Mason McTavish on the power play gets a beautiful tip-in goal to tie it up around the 7.5-minute mark. So now we go into overtime. There was some controversy here in this game. Actually, yeah, I would say two big controversy calls. The Drew Hellison hit. I don't get how they called that a kneeing major, and then he got kicked out of the game. Like, if you look at it, you could tell that Connor Zary was trying to cut inside last minute, and you could totally tell that Hellison wasn't like his knee wasn't trying to knee Zary. You could totally tell like he was trying to go for an open ice hit with the shoulder. It was all upper body. It was just the way Zary turned. It was the way the play happened that made it look worse than it actually was. So this is my honest opinion. If they were to call a penalty, I probably would have called it a roughing penalty and a 2-minute minor. But no, I don't think Hellison deserved to be get a major penalty and then kicked out. So that was the first controversy call. Then in overtime, Lacombe gets a beautiful breakaway. He's coming up, but as he's about to shoot, the Flames player hooks him. Like the other player's stick goes across the body and hooks him. Like it was an easy call, but no call. And then about a minute later, Trouba tries to get the puck off the glass to get it out, but it looked like it took a weird bounce. Like I couldn't tell you if the Flames player got a stick on the puck when Trouba tried to get it. I didn't see the right angle to see that. But that's what it looked like. It went off weird, and it was Trouba was right behind the net, and it just took a weird bounce and went right up over the goal. And Huberdeau seemed like he was the only one that knew where the puck was going, and he just kind of like luckily just tipped it in. I wouldn't say luckily, but he was the only one there, so he tipped it in, and that was the game winner. So Calgary won 3-2 in overtime. So at least the Ducks get the loser point, but I'd rather get the overtime win on that, especially against a Pacific Division rival. The stats: Ducks got outshot 33-28. The Ducks had 55% on the faceoff, 50% on the power play, 19 penalty minutes, but that's also because of the whole Drew Hellison penalties, 24 hits, 14 block shots, 12 giveaways, and 10 takeaways. I believe this was the John Gibson game again, I believe. Let me double check. A John Gibson game. I say he played great again. I mean, you can't really blame him for those two weird goals that the Flames scored on. The 3 stars of the game, Lacombe should have got a goal and an assist on this, but anyways, he had 1 assist for 1 point as the 3rd star. Mason McTavish got 1 goal for 1 point as the 2nd star, and then Huberdeau got 1 goal for 1 point, and he was the number 1 star of the game because he had the game winner pretty much. So, yeah, that was it for the Calgary game against the Ducks.
Okay, I one thing I forgot about the Tampa Bay game. Alex Turcotte got 1 assist, but that assist, he went 1-on-2 with 2 guys. He had to go get the puck to start with. Comes down and then throws a back pass to Adrian Kempe, who scored that game winner. And I just want to say, it's plays like that that make a difference between a win and a loss. So it's nice to see that Alex Turcotte is becoming an NHL player. I have cheered him on because he had such a long road to get to the NHL because of injuries. Kept getting concussions. I mean, we still have concerns that it might happen again, but I just want to throw that in at the end about the Tampa Bay game. Now, Wednesday's game was postponed due to the fires. It was supposed to be at home against Calgary, which is going to be replayed sometime in the future. We don't know yet. Nobody said. So if you have tickets for that, don't get rid of them because you still have a ticket for the game when it's going to get played. Anyways, now we're going to move on. On Friday, last night, we played the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. Okay? So let's go to the scoring. It has a very similar feel as the Tampa Bay game. So basically the first period, no scoring. Back and forth, a very hard-fought contest in the first period. In fact, the whole game was that way. But in the second period, at the 4:39 mark, Alex Turcotte got his 5th from Adrian Kempe, his 19th, and Moverari, his 4th, on a tip-in to put the Kings up 1-0. Then we go to the third period, and who else but Mr. Jet himself, Mark Scheifele, scored his 24th on the power play from, I wish he was still a king, Gabe Vilardi, with his 19th assist, and Kyle Connor, his 31st assist. And you're talking about, this is Scheifele, Vilardi, and Connor, I do believe, are the number 1 scoring first line in hockey.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, Scheifele's got 24, Connor's got 23, and Vilardi's got, I think, 19 goals. It's pretty incredible. One guy I wish we'd get back, and of all the trades Blake made, would be Vilardi. I didn't like it when he traded him to start with. So that after 3, the game is 1-1. We go to overtime, and who wins the game? Adrian Kempe with his 20th from Brant Clark, his 19th, and Anze Kopitar, his 28th at the 1:14 mark on a wrist shot in the overtime period to give the Kings a victory. So let's go to those stats. This was a much more even game than the Tampa Bay game. I think both teams played very well. The Kings did outshoot the Jets 23-19. The Jets 51% to 49% on Facebook face-offs. Facebooks.
You guys won the Facebooks?
We won the Facebooks. The Kings were 0 for 3 on the power play, which was rare that we would get 3 power plays. But one thing that, and that's the other thing, I guess with $9 million, we need to get a power play. I mean, we're doing really well winning these games, and we have not a very good, we're like 28th in power play. So, anyways, the Jets, who have the number 1 power play at like 32%, they were 1 for 2 in this game. The only goal they got was on the power play. Hits were 33 to 31 Kings. Block shots were 11 apiece. Giveaways, the Jets had 11, the Kings had 8. And takeaways, the Jets had 9, and the Kings had 7. Now, you want to laugh? Let's go to the 3 stars of the game, because there is only 2 on the NHL app for Game Center. It's where we get all our information. The number 2 star was Eric Comrie. He 1.98 goals against and a .913 save percentage. The number 1 was Mark Scheifele with a goal. Not a King. Kings won the game. Not a King in there. So I would say third star would have been Alex Turcotte with a goal. Second star, Adrian Kempe with a goal. First star, Darcy Kemper. Once again, he had 18 saves. Was it? Yeah, 18 saves. 18 out of 19. That's what I would have picked. So I guess we're winning that Dubois trade a little bit now because Darcy's been incredible.
Dubois has been on fire.
He has been on fire, and good for him.
I believe he had like 2 goals and a big win earlier this week, and one of them was the overtime winner too.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that
it's a win-win for both teams.
What he could. I mean, honestly, this is what I think. It may not be true, but this is what I think. It was a slap in the face that the Kings traded him in the second year of his contract. It was a slap in his face. He was frustrated. Kings were frustrated. The Kings just go, we'd just rather give you away, and we'll take the backup goalkeeper from Washington.
Well, I wouldn't say backup. I would say like a 1B.
He had lost. He wasn't playing in the playoffs. They made the playoffs. He'd lost his position. He was a backup. I mean, and that's okay. He's a great backup. But the Kings thought, shoot, we resurrected Talbot's career last year. We could probably do the same thing for Kemper. But I'm going to tell you, if you've watched any of these Kings games, fans, if you've watched the games, let us know. Tell us how many times Kemper's made super saves to keep him ahead, or at the game at an even score. He's been playing really awesome. I mean, the funny thing is, if you ever hear Jim Fox, and Jim Fox, you talk about a smart guy talking about hockey. He'll say, and I know Jesse Cohen's made the same comment, and so has from all the Kings men, and then why can't I think of his name from all Locked On Kings? I can't think of his name for
Eddie Garcia.
Eddie Garcia has made the same comment. Is that it's hard to give kudos to Kemper because Talbot did all that for $1 million. Now the Kings did have to pay him a bonus after the season, so $2 million. Kemper's making $5.25 million, so it's hard to imagine. I mean, because $1 million to $5 million, 500% better. You'd think for your money. For your money, Talbot was obviously a better goalie. for your money. But I think Kemper's it might take them in maybe to the second round. I don't care if they're playing Edmonton right now. If they play like they're playing now, they can beat anybody. So, but that's the final game for this week for the Kings. And we'll go on to Cody's last game, and then we've got predictions, and we do have a question, I know, right?
Yes, it was actually a last week question. I just forgot to say it. So,
did you get in trouble for that?
I'm not gonna say yes or no. I plead the fifth.
Okay.
All right. So 2 good things happened this night. And one of them was not the Ducks game. So this was just bad, very bad from the start. Very bad. The Ducks go down 4-1 in the first period. Yeah. 4-1. Robert Thomas scores the first goal 3 minutes in. And then about 2 minutes later, Tyler Tucker scores, gets his first of the year. 2-0 St. Louis. Jordan Kyrou gets his 19th of the year. 3-0 Blues at the 6:40 mark. And then Dylan Holloway gets his 15th of the year. 4-0 St. Louis at the around the 14-minute mark. Yeah, that's not very good, Ducks. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I know the Ducks have never really played well in St. Louis, but not like that. Like, I wasn't expecting them to give up 4 straight goals like that. But nevertheless, Nikita Nestorenko gets his first call-up of the year. He scores on a nice tip-in, I would say for sure. Lacombe shot it right at the net, and Nestorenko tipped it right past Holfer. So at least we didn't get shut out this game. Yay! Pity party. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we only deserve 1 clap for that. Robert Thomas scores his 2nd of the game, 11th of the season to make it 5-1. That was just bad defense all around on that one. Like, the defense needs to help Dostal out. Pavel Buchnevich gets his 11th of the year to make it 6-1 St. Louis. Again, not pretty. And after the 6th goal, they did pull Dostal, and Gibson went in, and thank God. I mean, I'm not saying any of the goals were really Dostal's fault, but sometimes a goalie changes is what you need to, think about, like, hey, we're playing like Dookie, so we need to get our butts in gear and play better. So Gibson, I'm gonna just spoil it right now. Gibson shut them out the rest of the game. And then Sam Colangelo got his first of the season on it was a nice play all around. I would say Gudis passed up to Strome. And they had like a little 3-on-2. Strome pulled up around like the face-off circle, shot it across, and Colangelo just snapped it right past Holford. So a little pity party. The Ducks lose this one 6-2 in St. Louis. I would say, okay, 3 things good happened this night, and one of them was not the Ducks game, but they did honor Cam Fowler on his 1,000 games. It was a nice ceremony all around. They gave out all the presents. They gave out his silver stick. Congratulations to Cam Fowler on his 1,000th game, and I believe he had a point in this game.
He did.
Yeah, it was on the Kyrou goal. So I can tell you, I really wish the Ducks would have gone after Jim Montgomery, because the Blues have turned it around since he's been there. And Cam Fowler now looks like a number 1 defenseman under Jim Montgomery. He's a point-a-game defenseman now. 3 sets of the game, I don't see an orange jersey in sight on this. Shen, 2 assists, 2 points as a 3rd star. Kyrou, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points as a 2nd. And then Robert Thomas, 2 goals for 2 points, and he is the number 1 star. Stats, all bad. 23 shots on goal, 46% in the faceoff percentage, 0-4 on the power play, 29 hits, 16 block shots, 18 giveaways, and 5 takeaways. So you're probably wondering, Cody, well, what were the good things that happened this game? The one good thing is I didn't start watching this game live. I was getting a haircut, so that was one good thing. I got a haircut and didn't have to watch this live. Second good thing was, the whole Cam Fowler celebration ceremony, and whoever did that painting, that was a really cool painting of him scoring the first goal in the Winter Classic. That was a really cool painting. And then the third best thing was Notre Dame won that day. So those are the three good things.
That has nothing to do with our
I
hockey
don't.
podcast.
I'm trying to make it positive here, please.
Okay.
I literally stopped watching the game to watch the game-winning field goal for Notre Dame. So, yeah. But yeah, so
Okay.
and I already know the finish of the Flyers game, so I can't really predict that game, can I? Or actually, I can predict that game.
You're so far behind. I'll let
Okay.
you have that one.
I'm not gonna do
So
that.
okay, so we've done our games.
Yep.
You went 1-2 this week.
Wait. Oh, because I predicted them to beat the Flames and lose to the Lightning, right?
You predict them to lose to the Lightning, and you predicted them to win against Calgary.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
You did predict St. Louis correctly.
Yeah,
I
figured
went
that one.
1-1. Which? Oh no. I went 2-1 because Winnipeg, they won Winnipeg last night. So I went 2-1. I'm 24-11, and you're 14-21. You're 10 games behind me. So I'll give you the Philadelphia game.
Okay. I'm going to give you the exact score too. Watch.
Ooh.
I know that should be like.
I wouldn't give you those extra points you wanted. We'll do that next year.
That's fine. All right. You already got your players of the week. Why don't you say yours?
My players of the week are Darcy Kemper and Adrian Kempe.
Good choice.
I mean, Kempe's he's gonna battle Kopi to be number one player on the team. I mean,
also hope that he's like 10 years younger.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he doesn't do face-offs, so but he plays. Yeah. He does everything else, and he plays.
He is a winger.
Yeah, but he's always on. He's always with Kopi
on the penalty kill.
Penalty kill. I mean, the Kings penalty kill. Fogle and Byfield are incredible. Deneau and Moore. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember who was covering when Moore was out. So, but anyway, so I'm 24-11. You're 14-21, 10 games behind. We want to start with. You want to pick your player of the week?
Yeah, my player of the week. I'm gonna have two, just like you. I'm gonna say Frankie V, but he's my second choice. Got the contract extension, got 3 points. He's looked good. But the easy number one star, in my opinion, is John Gibson this week. Again, I mean, just straight up goalie, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I can't really blame him for the Calgary game because it was two of them were just awkward, ugly goals and everything like that. Again, kept him in. And then he pretty much shut down St. Louis for the rest of that game. So just obviously John Gibson is my number one star. And my ugly duckling or lame duck of the week is Cronin. Right now is Cronin.
Lame duck.
If I had to pick a player, it's still the traffic cone himself, Ross Johnston.
My jester of the week. Trevor Moore.
Trevor Moore.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, he's still productive, but he's not. He should be more. He should be
I see
more.
what you did there. I see what you did there, sir.
That wasn't intentional.
You're a poet and you didn't even know it.
There you go. And I am a poet.
See, all right. I'm gonna do. All
So
right, you do
my
your
predictions.
games. Yeah.
So, the Kings are playing Calgary right now as we're doing this podcast. So I don't know what the finish of this game is, but I'm going to pick the Kings of the 4-3 win. Then Monday they play in Edmonton, and I'm going to have them beat Edmonton 3-2. I know I'm like Cody. I'm going out on a limb. But then when they go to Vancouver, I have the Kings losing that game 4-3. So I have them going 2-1 this week.
Well, I mean, since I don't know what the score is for Philly, I'm gonna guess a 6-0 loss against Philly. And then, that's a wink, wink one. And then tomorrow the Ducks play in Carolina. So I'm gonna go with a 4-1 loss to Carolina. Tuesday they're at Washington. I'm gonna go with a 5-2 loss. And then they play Tampa Bay, and I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay is gonna want some sweet, sweet revenge. So I'm predicting a 6-2 loss. So I'm predicting the Ducks to go 0-4 this week.
So if they go 0-4, you're gonna gain 4 games. That's
well, maybe we'll see, but let's just say they haven't been. I'm gonna just tell you this, Ducks fans, like some of the wins that we're getting right now, they're not pretty wins. We're just goaling teams, and that's not a good way to consistently win games. In all honest opinion, like
okay.
we gotta score more. We gotta play better deep. Like this whole thing is it's ugly wins. Yes, I'm glad they're finally learning how to win, but I also want us to learn to win better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
what you're saying is they're lucky.
Yes. Like
I mean,
I'm not going to deny. Like
simple terms, they're lucky.
I'm not good with the whole analytics yet. I want to learn to understand that better. But like the Ducks they're getting outplayed every game. They're just getting goals. Like in Tampa Bay, they got outshot. It felt like 30-10 in the last 2 periods. That's not a good way to win games.
Yeah.
The Calgary game was better, but obviously these last 2 games, like I mean, the people, by the time the people listen to this, they already know the Philly score, obviously. But we give up 2 straight games of 6 goals. I haven't watched the Philly game, so I don't know how it is. I've only seen the Facebook group chat I'm in, and there was a lot of complaining about refereeing in this. But I guess I haven't watched it yet, so I'm not going to quote or say anything. I'll talk about it next week on the pod. But like I said, we do have one question. The question is, why do 2 referees have orange armbands and 2 don't? Well, they're not really armbands; they're just I would say just orange on the sleeves more than armbands.
Well, they look like armbands. That's why
They do look like armbands.
Yeah.
But you want to answer this?
Well, the 2 with the orange on their sleeve or the armband are the referees.
Yes.
And the other 2 are the linesmen. The referees are going to be typically calling the penalties.
Yeah.
And the linesmen are offsides, icing. They also drop the puck. on face-offs.
And they're the ones that also usually the linesmen are the ones that determine like deflections, usually where the face-offs go. I
Right.
believe.
Yeah, they both have their different duties. I mean, they do get together sometimes and we'll talk over something like a
Yeah, the puck
possible
over the glass.
penalty or is it a major? And then obviously the referees will look at it, but they'll ask the linesman.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you go from 4 eyes to 8 eyes. I mean, that helps a lot.
so hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah.
And we didn't have who it was from.
Oh, it was from Vicky Spink 50 on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I actually knew that because I got asked why that question didn't get asked, and I didn't even know it was part of the thing.
It was me. I had it saved, but we had a lot last week because we were trying to catch up from the week before because we took the break. So, but we definitely had more time, and it looks like we still got time. So, I want to play a little game with you.
Oh God, I'm terrible at the games.
I know, that's what makes it funny.
So,
All right,
we're gonna try to cheer you guys up by watching me be embarrassed.
All right,
I'm trying to turn my face red. Is it working?
Right, hold on. All right, can you see?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what they call connections. So let me see if I can flip it. So you have to connect. Oh no, come on. Why isn't it not working? Well, this is great live, right?
So can they see it too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, we're off to the right. I thought you replaced me.
I don't know what's going on. All right, let's see. Can we go? Oh man. I guess we're not gonna do it. Maybe I could pull up. All right, maybe we'll do Puck Doku real quick. I know your favorite.
I'm not good. I'm not as good as the late arrivals are. The three of them, they're really good.
Yeah.
Between the three of them, they're just. I'm old and I don't remember everything anymore.
Or is it on Hockey Reference? Hockey. There's 2 of them. Reference. All right. We're so sorry about this, everyone. Let's see. I know they have it on here.
Well, if they don't do that, we could try. Do you have a trivia question?
You know, it's funny. I had it and then I forgot what it was. Let's see. Oh, here, Immaculate Grid. Okay, let's see. Stop sharing. Share screen. We're going to do Immaculate Grid. Share. All right, you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Which one do you want to start with? So we on the top we got Rangers, Toronto, and someone that's had 100-point seasons. Hello, Ryan Reynolds. And then on the left we have the Chicago Blackhawks, Buffalo Sabres, and Hart Trophy.
Okay.
So I know the point is to try to guess someone that's not what everyone else is going to guess, but I think at this point we just need to guess right.
Correct.
So Hart Trophy, where do you want to start?
I don't care. You pick one.
All right. We'll do 100 points, Hart Trophy.
100 points, Hart Trophy. Oh, God. Well, there's some easy ones.
Okay. What is it? What do you got?
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, that's way too easy.
Did Messier have 100 points when he was the Hart Trophy? He won the Hart Trophy in '94, I think, when they won the Cup. The Rangers. He was with the Rangers.
And you said he had 100 points?
I think so.
So Mark Messier?
Yeah.
Correct. Ooh, 1%. Good job.
Oh, hey, I'm better at this than I thought.
All right. 100-point season with the Buffalo Sabres.
I don't know. Did Tage Thompson do that? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
I'm trying to think of anybody with Buffalo that had a 100-point season. I'm drawing a blank.
It's probably going to be someone more back in the day, I would say.
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember him.
All right, well, let's skip that one for now. All right, Chicago and 100-point season.
Patrick Kane?
Did he have a 100-point season?
I think so.
43%. Not as good as the Mark Messier
Hey,
one, but it counts.
at least it's the right answer.
Yeah. All right, someone that played
Are you not playing?
No, I am.
I mean, you could help.
I couldn't
I
couldn't think of one for that one, but Chicago and Toronto. Whoa,
They play for both teams.
Yeah, Max Domi, did he play for Chicago?
I think so.
Did he?
I think he did. Am I sure? No.
I'm trying to think. There's someone else. Chicago. I'm trying to think. Mrazek. Didn't he play for Toronto?
Peter Mrazek, the goalie?
Yeah.
I don't remember him playing for Toronto. I know he plays for Chicago now.
Yeah.
Didn't he play at Detroit?
Yeah, but I could have swore he had a time.
Let's try it.
All right. Peter Mrazek. Oh, nice. 3%.
Good job, Cody.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Rangers and Blackhawks.
Rangers and Blackhawks.
Trying to think.
Was it Trocheck, right?
No, Trocheck. I think he was with Carolina.
Okay.
Before. I don't know if he was somewhere else before that, but I know for sure it was. I don't know. Trying to think. You want to skip that one?
Yeah.
All right. Buffalo and Rangers. I got one for Maple Leafs and Sabres. Though.
Okay. Who's that?
Ryan O'Reilly. 17%.
Good job.
All right. Hart Trophy in Toronto. See, we could do Mark Messier here. Oh, we already used him. Oh, crap. Hart Trophy Matthews.
It's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
I'm sure they have others.
Yeah, but we're just trying to finish it without messing up. Oops. I can't spell. Austin Matthews. Yeah, 91. Huh, that's great.
Hey, it's better than...
Yeah, Hart
Trophy in New York. Did Lundqvist ever win the Hart Trophy?
No, I don't think he did.
I mean, because that would be different because he was a goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Messier would have been... We should have probably saved him for that one.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I have it. It's going to be an easy one, but I mean, he won a Hart Trophy and he was a Ranger. Wayne Gretzky. Oh, come on. Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, that's true.
No? Oh,
I didn't win it with them. So we lose that one.
Well, no, we just lose a guess. So we can still guess on that one, technically. So he had to win with them. Oh, okay, that's great. Are you cheating?
I am.
Oh, cheater. You cheater.
I do have one for the Rangers.
Who?
Chuck Rayner. Rayner.
Oh, wow. His picture's in black and white. That's a good guess. That's why he's at 1%. All right, we got 2 guesses left.
He won it before I was born, so that tells you how long ago it was.
All right, we got 2 guesses left. Where do you want to go?
100 points with Buffalo, huh?
Oh, wait. Oh, I know. It's going to be an obvious answer. Panarin, Rangers and Blackhawks.
I thought of him. 14%, that's not bad.
Yeah. All right, what do you want to do? Buffalo and Ranger or Buffalo and 100-point season? I don't know anyone that's been on Buffalo that had a 100-point season. New York and Buffalo. New York and Buffalo. Wait, did Halak ever play for Buffalo?
Oh, I know a Buffalo.
Buffalo what? Buffalo and
100
Ranger?
100-point season.
Who?
Perot.
Perot?
Yep.
Spell it.
Perrau.
Joel Perot?
No, you didn't spell it right.
I literally spelled it exactly.
Perr.
That's exactly what you told me to put.
Ault.
That's the only Perot.
I think there's only one R there.
No, there's 2.
I can't hardly see that.
There's 2. See, look. 1R, 2R. So I don't think that's right.
Turgeon. Pierre Turgeon. I think
for 100 points?
Yes.
For Buffalo?
Yes.
Spell it.
Turgeon, I think. There he is.
Pierre.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
277 points.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
All right. Who played? Let's see. Oh, it actually shows you now. That's nice.
There were 66 players that played for the Rangers and Buffalo.
Lindy Ruff.
He played for him, or was a coach, or does that count?
I think it's played.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Because I went by games played. He played 2 seasons with the Rangers, and then it looks like 9 to 10 seasons with the Sabres.
Oh.
Wait, did Halak play? No. Okay, I would have got that one wrong. I know there's someone I know.
Well, I thought of it was Gilbert Perreault. He had a 100-point season with Buffalo. I don't know why he didn't come up.
Eric Stahl. That would have been it. That's the one. John Scott, All-Star legend.
What?
Remember John Scott? Remember that one in the
in the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's only Pat LaFontaine too. He played 1 season with the Rangers.
Oh, really?
Yep, he played.
He was very good.
98.
Wow. Okay.
All right. I think that's the only other ones I really remember.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I thought of, I'm glad I didn't put it because I would have been wrong.
Yeah.
Like I was with the Wayne Gretzky. But I thought it was like if you won one and you played for that team, but I guess it's you had to win it with that. So, all right, let me get rid of this thing.
And we're back.
And we're
Hello.
back. So, all right, ready to get out of here?
I am.
Okay.
I had a good time today. Don't forget about supporting our first responders, people, and be praying that Southern California gets back whole again. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. So
yeah, and you guys can go on the NHL shop website as well. They got LA Strong shirts and hoodies for both Ducks and Kings. So they got like one with orange script with LA Strong and a Ducks logo, and then a silver script LA Strong with the Kings logo. And on here it says Fanatics has collaborated with the league partners and LA sports organizations to design merchandise which helps support those directly impacted by the devastating wildfires in the LA communities. Fanatic leagues and partners with sports organizations will not profit from the sale of the LA Strong merchandise and will make a donation directly to the American Cross and the LA Fire Department Foundation.
There we go.
So you guys can go on the NHL shop and they got a Ducks one and a Kings one too.
Awesome.
So again, everyone, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. So now you can see us on here and you can see how bad we were at Puckdoku now, or in me trying to pull up that one other game. The other game would have been fun too. I've been playing it lately. I'll show it to you later. But please follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, and all of their social medias. We're on everything. Also, don't forget we're also on TikTok. Hopefully that does not get banned because I heard it is going to get banned, but give us a follow on there anyways. We'd really appreciate it. You can see if you guys are watching on YouTube, we got all our socials and everything up on here on the screen. But we would really appreciate if you guys can like and subscribe to us on YouTube. That would really help us out a lot, and we would really appreciate it.
Yep.
So
we would.
Right. And also, please don't forget to leave us a review and a rating on Apple and Spotify. We'd also really appreciate that as well.
Absolutely.
Yep. And you got anything else?
No, I don't.
All right. And just remember, let's go Ducks.
And go Kings go.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Talking hockey all day long. Royally Quack, their podcast show. Sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go. Shouting go Kings go. Quack quack they cheer. My father and son, their passion sincere on the ice. Their love appears through the highs and lows in the years. The land is grace, passing on history in every case. Father teaching son, a legacy shared. On Royally Quack, their stories aired. Face off in life, together they stand. Shouting go Kings go, quack quack they cheer. A father and son, their passion sincere on the ice. Their love appears through the highs and lows and the years. The land is grace, passing on history in every case. Father teaching son, a legacy shared. On Royally Quack, their stories aired. Face off in life, together they stand. Shouting go Ducks go, go Kings go. A father and son, watching the show. Through wins and losses, their spirits grow. On Royally Quack, they steal the show.